What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Starlight Digest podcast, Beyond the Pit. I guess presenting Toy Talk of the week. We'll see. I am your host, Darth Moocher. I got Scott Sola here with me.
What's up, nerds? Let's start over. I'm kidding.
I got Bootleg Joe here with me.
Yo.
And I got Grand Admiral Franz.
Howdy, y'all.
As you know, we are all toy collectors, as all Star Wars fans usually are. It kind of goes hand in hand, as we've mentioned before. And Joey had brought up to us in discussion in our chat room, in our little conferences that we do, and came up with the idea of, like, what is your favorite three figures that you have in your collection, and what's your least favorite three figures, if you have any. And that sparked a good conversation, and we wanted to bring that to the people in our pit and the pit crews and everybody else who's into toy collecting, because we know you have favorites, least favorites, and the favorites could be nostalgic. It could be how much you've paid for it. It's just something that you can like I always kind of put it as, if your house is on fire, you run and grab three figures. What are those figures? And those are it, right? And the other thing, and if your house is on fire, what are the three least favorites to stoke the fire? You know what I mean? Those are the three that you would do. So here we are. I think we've all gathered our to the best of what we can. And for me, I want to say, like, this is like a living, breathing document for myself and my collection, because tomorrow I can be like, you know what, maybe I should have said this. So I always have to give myself that caveat, like, what I'm going to say now, don't hold my feet to the fire tomorrow. But, this is what I consider my three top figures in my collection. And not necessarily Star Wars, everybody, too. Because, as 80s kids and Gen X here.
There weren't rules here?
No, it's
Oh, I completely misunderstood the assignment. I'm straight in 6-inch Black Series, and that's all I did.
Oh no, I mean we did. Okay, so the one limitation that we did have is, like, no hot toys, no sideshow, no statues like that.
No big old.
Yeah, because those are obviously So, and we just said anything from 3 3/4 to the 6-inch collection to any figure line, any IP, pops included, everything. So. You could go grab some pops while we're doing it.
We're going to call a timeout in a minute.
I almost feel like we do need to start this over again.
Did you do something different, Scott?
No, I've got everything set and ready to go, man.
I'm ready. I can talk through Black Series. I'm good.
Okay. So actually, if we look through your pop collection, I'll start it off while you do that, and we can do that if you want to.
I'll just talk to these. I'm good.
All right, cool. All right. So I'll start it off. We're going to do our favorite figures, right? So I'm going to start off right now. The Darth Vader 40th anniversary figure is my top Black Series for a number of reasons. It's not just an amazing figure. It is also the ones that the guys got me to start my Black Series venture. This is the one that started it all. But again, not just because it's meaningful to me, it's actually a very, very awesome figure. Because when I took it out of the box and I posed it and I was doing all the different things that Vader does, man, I was like, that's it. I was on Amazon and eBay that evening buying Stormtroopers and
look
everything
behind
else.
Him now.
And this is the one that started all. So I have to grab this one.
Mooch was out of the toy game.
Yeah.
Completely zero. That wall back there was nothing but blank.
There was nothing.
Zero.
Yeah,
he kept refusing to do it. We had shows before that came out, before he gave that figure. And talking about, we're not going to do it again. We got out of it in episode 2, blah, 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 blah.
You're welcome, sir.
See ya.
Yeah. This is the reason why I can't afford another house or anything else. It's all there. But and it's one of those things, like, I fell off the wagon big time with that figure. So that is like my go-to Black Series.
Now you have a Razor Crest behind you.
Yeah.
What happens?
Off the wagon.
And a business that you run because of this too.
Yeah, I started a business
having these figures
based on it. Yeah,
you're welcome.
You go back. It's that paradox in time space continuum. If it split one way, I would have been completely different. I'll just continue here. This is the SH Figure Arts C-3PO. And it's, of course, I'm going to lump into the set. These are the two definitive figures that are the first HA Figure Arts that I got, I don't buy any other R2 and 3PO. I really don't. Even if they come up with new ones and stuff, these are the ones. These are my centerpiece definitive figures.
I've heard those are the best ones.
They are amazing. I mean, the articulation, not just that, it's just like, again, centerpiece statues. These are so perfect. If I put these next to my sideshow ones, these always hold up on that. So Darth Vader, SH Figure Arts, 3PO, and R2D2. And
now to discuss those real quick, just to kind of further it, when you're talking about the droids, right? I know they're your favorite characters and all this stuff, right? But figure to figure, how much difference is there between really an SH Figure Art and a Black Series as far as articulation? You got 3PO.
Oh.
How he's gonna?
So first off, 3PO comes with all the pistons and everything, and they move with the figure, so they stretch with the figure. I don't know if you can see that really good, but the paint job on it is actual. It looks like chrome, it looks like gold. I don't know if it's probably not doing it justice.
Doesn't translate as well.
Right. The eyes, I mean, they're transparent. I think every level of detail on this figure is there and it's hard plastic. It's like screen accurate 3PO. Black Series, again, there's a lot of limitations. It's soft plastic. They can't get the piston, so his arms don't articulate. Well, there goes his hand. That's the best thing about these figures. I mean, they don't honestly break unless but they come apart because they come up with a million pieces of heads, everything, like accessories too. So, that's probably like one of my favorite features is that you can articulate 3PO.
That's pretty neat. I'm
that
glad you showed me that. That's neat. How about R2? R2 Black Series versus SH? Would there be even a difference?
Well, besides the pristine look of it and the hard plastic, I mean, he's still got all the doors that open up and the arms come out, and I think the Black Series does too. They have all those components.
There's a couple of little doors that open up. I've actually
this one has every door opens and everything opens.
Oh, all right.
So you can have any scene with 3PO. Saber. This one comes with the saber that pops up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can change the color of the lights.
Not to burst your bubble, but the pistons move on the Black Series too.
Oh, okay. Well,
but
there goes that.
The look of it, and all. SH Figure Arts is by far.
Yeah, and it's just cleaner. It's cleaner. Like I said, it's a different kind of plastic. Just cool. Like I said, definitive version.
The Black Series R2 has 2 doors that open up, and that's it. It's got the 2 side doors. So
and it's like these are like colored plastic melded on or welded onto the thing, not painted. It's not painted on. And
the middle leg on the Black Series, you have to turn the head right to get the middle leg to come down.
Same thing with the figure arts. No, figure arts, the middle leg pops
just
in.
pop up and down.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
is it spring loaded?
Yeah, spring loaded.
That's just cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and like I said, the little
you gotta turn his freaking head over and over and over again.
Okay, well there you go. That's why SH Figure Arts is your favorite. That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to see the difference. So many differences. I like it.
Also,
there you go.
This
perfect. The F is in your hand.
Theron Build-A-Figure.
We are off the rails. I was nowhere near ready for this. That's awesome.
Okay, it's like a 15-inch figure. Okay. But it's the Build-A-Figure from the Diamond Select series of Lord of the Rings. My favorite all time. This is a great centerpiece figure. His cape just fell, and I don't want to pick it up right now. So, but yeah, the Build-A-Figure, Theron. Nothing particular. I have to put him on my top heavy stance because he does not stand on his own. That's the one drawback. He's just a freaking massive figure. But I could not pass him up. I couldn't do it.
And you had to make a custom stand for him?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that's awesome.
Does he have the ring?
Yes, he does.
Nice.
He has the ring on there, and it's freaking awesome. That was just like one of those things I pulled off. I have to show. But my honorable mention favorite figure is the Mezcal Frankenstein. Now, again, cool. Definitive Frankenstein. I have many Frankenstein figures. NECA, Migos. I have everything from even stuff that I buy from like Michael's at Halloween time. The little Frankenstein monster figures. I have like a complete collection of that. But
he was out of the toy game 4 years ago.
I've tried to do the Ernie style here. Can I do it? Why doesn't it work?
I don't know.
But anyway, Yeah, I was completely out of it. But I honestly probably would have bought this figure seeing him. Again, anything Frankenstein, I buy. It's like an instant buy for me. It's one of those, I have to have it. So that is my top figures in my collection. Now, not the top, but just, the ones that I would grab in a fire and run and share for show and tell today. Those are my three, my favorite. So let's go over to Scott. Let's go this we'll just do this around.
Man. I wasn't ready. No, I'm totally ready. Okay. So for me, I approach this a little bit differently. It is my two of my all-time favorite figures, and then one figure that I just picked up like 2 weeks ago that immediately launched itself up at the top right there at just being awesome. So I'll start with that one. I'll start with the newest figure, and that is the brand new 3 3/4 inch Darth Vader figure.
The one you bought like 5 of?
Yeah, I got to go find one.
6.
I got to go get out.
I have 6. But just the articulation, the cape, the fact that you can actually make the cape do things, the fact that his armor is separate from his shoulders right there, so you can actually pose him out and make it look like it's like he's really striking those poses.
Yeah.
And he can make just about any pose you can think of too. It is an incredible figure. He comes with the lit lightsaber right here, and he also comes with the lightsaber hilt that attaches to his belt. And it's great, and I cannot say enough about this figure. I think everybody should own one. It's superior to the Black Series in my opinion.
I now own one.
Yes.
Oh. Darth Vader's another one for me, like insta buy when I find it. It's hard, even like I don't collect the 3 3/4, but Darth Vader's, and especially like I saw Scott's review on that, and he was posing them all these things. I think I need one just to have on my computer, even at work or something. I don't need it in my like main wall. I just need one because he was grabbing some great poses on it.
See,
so.
That's the thing with Vader, like you said, is the insta buy, right? Is you just like Vader stuff. I don't care if it's a figure or whatever. I have a whole stack of things here that are just Vader, a little Vader shrine. Like if I was gonna do I'd be like, hey, look, this Play School Darth Vader.
Yeah,
it's like legitimately one of my favorite things in here. I won't count it as a figure, but I mean, anything Vader just is one of those you gotta buy it.
Dude, I have mugs.
Yeah, one of the few pops I own. Yeah.
Yeah, I got coffee mugs. I got like 4 or 5 Darth Vader coffee mugs over there, and
my cell phone holder. Yeah, I mean, it's just
everything. That gold Buddha back there. It's got everything you got. Insta buy.
All right, so my next figure in the list is from 1980, and it is
going back.
Hoth Han Solo right there, a vintage Hoth Han Solo.
Okay.
Still remember picking this guy up at Sears in San Bernardino, and just there's not much else to say about it. I love this freaking figure. He's one of those that it was the first figure to have a little holster right there that you could take his gun out of his hand and stick it in his holster. And I just thought that was the coolest feature ever whenever I was a kid, because before that, everybody had, a gun in their hand or a lightsaber that would come out of their hand. But he's the first action figure that I'm aware of that had a holster. And after that, they had Indiana Jones came out and he had the holster, but they put the spring-loaded action in there and broke his thumb off most of the time. So that is my number 2 figure right there.
Wow,
and number 1,
you went nostalgic with it.
Yeah, number 1 is just as old, and I still remember Mervin's in San Bernardino, and 1980. Walking through, this was before the movie came out, before I had seen it, and I came across this little guy right here.
I still need him.
I had I had no idea who he was. I just knew that Yoda right here was super cool. I mean, he comes with a snake, and he has a stick, and he's got a little thing on his belt that looked like a lightsaber. It wasn't a lightsaber, but that's what it looked like. And just, the mystery behind this little character, who he was. And, I had no idea. And so Mervin, San Bernardino, man, 1980, right here.
I still need that figure, Scott.
I will keep my eyes peeled. You're not getting mine from me.
I still got one in package.
Me too, man. Yeah. Is it a true vintage one?
Yeah, true vintage.
Brilliant,
man.
Brilliant. Love it. And then I do have a couple of honorable mentions.
How much you want for it? I'm kidding.
Going modern, I'm going to go with the Death Watch Trooper right here, the Death Watch Mandalorian. This figure, from articulation to accessories to posability, it is a stunning action figure. And I find him better than just about any of the other Mandalorian figures, man. There's something about this one. And I haven't
gotten a chance to mess around with it. I just put him in a static pose and put him on. I haven't
Well, I've got a Hot Toys version of him too. This figure I like better than the Hot Toys version.
Really?
It is that good. So I highly recommend, Death Watch Mandalorian, great figure.
Yeah.
And then
I was gonna say there are some figures that are a army builder or something like that just kind of scream like, look how good this it beats like 90% of the other line, and then the other subsequent figures that come after that, like, why didn't you just guys copy and paste this one and make
and then I'm gonna do a twofer for my other honorable mention right here because they belong together, and that is a 6-inch Storm Shadow and a Cobra Bat. These two figures right here from the G.I. Joe classified line are absolutely fantastic. From accessories,
I almost pulled the bat. Well, I almost pulled the bat as one of my favorite because no matter what pose I put him in, it's just amazing.
Yeah, all the accessories. He's got the extra hand, it's the torch. There's a drill right there, and then he's got the claw and his weapon, and then he comes with multiple heads and multiple shield covers.
And the front, I assume, is the 3D it was when we were a kid, like
that is just molded plastic that looks like.
Cooler.
It comes with the shield, the regular face, the damaged face, and then you pull it off to resemble the wires and stuff.
Yeah,
cool. It's freaking awesome.
So there's that, and then
that was
of
one
course,
of my favorites as a kid.
Yeah,
Storm Shadow, the classified Storm Shadow is fantastic.
Yeah,
it's a great figure.
It's so funny. I was looking at the GI Joes as part of the my favorite, and I have to almost pull the whole line. As one of my favorite. But my least favorite might shock you too. So
it's getting better.
Keep watching.
It's getting better. The GI Joe line is getting better. So yeah,
big time. Well, cool, man. Let's go with Joey. Let's continue the clockwise.
Okay. Well, like Marco, I got sucked into a yard sale that Ernie was having, and I had no toys at all. This was about maybe 2014.
Mm-hmm.
And he suckered me into buying that. Matter of fact, that's the day I got that Yoda in package.
Oh, nice.
Wow!
From Ernie?
From Ernie.
Whoa!
And I'm wondering if you
does he have any more packaged figures?
Knows that he sold it to me.
He knows now.
No,
wait, that was in that stack.
He knows.
Those were all episode 1 figures. He was giving you CO Bibble and stuff like that, and snuck that one in there by accident.
Yeah.
Rick Lee, CO Bibble, and a Yoda.
When I first started collecting, I told myself I'm just gonna collect Vader. That's it.
Right.
Nothing else.
Hey, Chris has that similar story.
Now you look.
You have failed.
Yeah.
So,
all right, go for it.
All right. This guy is one of my favorites as a kid. Godzilla. I don't know if you can see him real clear.
Hell yeah.
But
that's cool.
He's an SH figure art. He's an SH Monster Arts, another line of figure arts. But
I didn't know they made those.
Yeah. And he's very articulate. This is my favorite suit when I was a kid.
You have like a massive Godzilla collection, don't you?
Massive.
They're better. NECA does Godzilla stuff too, right?
They do, but they're not as articulate and they're not as detailed. Like his eyes are like, I mean, you can't really see him, but his eyes are like glass.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So you can't really see. And my next figure.
But does his arm shoot off?
No, they don't, because Godzilla's arms don't shoot off.
There were toys that I beg to differ.
Mecha Godzilla does.
Yes,
yeah.
It does. Now, I know which one you're talking about. You're talking about that Shogun Warrior one.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
And I had that one with the tongue that stuck out and everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had him. Now, my next one is NECA. And Marco, you're going to...
I love NECA.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I'm going to get him. I'm going to grab him right now.
This guy is one of my holy grails. I've been waiting for someone to make a figure of him.
The best werewolf ever.
before this came out, what was funny was before this came out, there was a guy on Facebook that was 3D printing these.
Really?
And he wasn't selling them painted, but he was selling them printed. And this was before NECA even announced that they were making these.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he wanted
great,
$700 for it.
Whoa.
Unpainted. And I was like, you're crazy, dude. A month later, NECA comes out and says that they're coming out.
Yeah. Oh.
So, again,
which
these
is
are,
a fantastic figure, by the way,
Yes.
too. Like, I mean, almost screen accurate.
It's
like
articulate.
NECA's great.
No, to me, I mean, it's screen accurate.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I think if anything, the only thing, the back legs are probably a little too long, but we don't even know because we've never seen the werewolf
Yeah.
on full screen on the movie.
Right.
They always
Right.
just show them like halfway. But I love the way the head, very articulate.
Yeah.
You know, and then it came with more. That's the thing too with NECA, and it's hard to come with Black Series, and it's something that Black Series should really look into is coming in with multiple faces and heads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instead of coming with just one straight face.
Absolutely.
So,
I agree.
and my third, and this is probably my ultimate favorite Star Wars figure. This is the Mafex Vader. This is the
Mafex
one that
Vader.
you see
Yeah.
me you see me do most of my pictures on.
Okay.
This one is very articulate. You can do like pretty much any pose that you can do with the Black Series one.
Yeah.
The only downfall with this guy is his skirts are plastic right here.
Oh.
His cape that he came with had the bar on the bottom so you could make it like that
Shape it.
wind effect.
Yeah.
Oh, very
yeah.
cool.
But it wasn't too good. So I found this guy on Instagram, Daredevil Customs. He made the cape basically for the Black Series, but I put it on him. And this one has the wire right here on the sides and the bottom, and it comes with the chain on the front.
There you go.
Oh, very cool.
So,
Nice.
Yeah, it's one thing I don't think they've done yet for any of the Black Series Vader is the chain in the front, have they?
I think they did.
I don't know, man.
There is one that does have a
the-
chain.
The one with the helmet that's getting zapped by the
the
exclusive, that
okay.
one has a chain.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So my honorable mentions are my SH Figure Arts Boba Fett.
He
Like
almost
that
made
one
my
a lot.
list. He almost
Yeah.
made my list.
That was a good one.
My other honorable mention is my 1,000 toy Iron Giant.
Oh, cool.
Nice. See?
He
I love it.
fought to be on my first, and
Really?
I almost put him on my favorite because he's one of my favorites, and because
Very
he's got
cool,
so
very
many accessories and he's really articulate.
You know, I've never seen that movie. I know that will shock some, right? I've
Doesn't
never
shock
seen
me
Iron Giant.
anymore.
I know.
Anymore.
I've never seen
You
it
guys
either.
are gonna hate me for this,
No.
but I love this figure, and you guys, I've taken pictures with this figure and Darth Jar Jar.
This guy.
But
So you have to throw your custom in there. Is that
Jar
what it
Jar,
is?
okay, look at. I'm gonna take his cloak off, but with
The
Jar
Jar
Jar,
Jar fig, though, right?
he is super articulate. There is so much you can do with this guy.
The Jar Jar figure is really good, by
His
the way.
head is
really
super
good.
articulate. His legs, I mean, everything is. There's not one. I don't think there's anything you can't do with this figure.
Yeah.
That he's so
No.
articulate, and he's so fun to, especially if you're into toy photography.
Yeah.
This is the figure to get.
Two of my favorite Black Series figures that came out were the Battle Droid and Jar Jar, just because they're so, like I said, articulate, and you can put them in battle poses like
Yeah,
crazy.
as far as
Yeah.
Black Series, he's one of my favorite
Yeah.
Black Series figures.
Yeah.
See, there's our thumbnail. It's going to be Joey going,
Yeah.
and Jar Jar right there is his figure of the decade. Right?
Yeah,
There you go. That's it. That's it.
and I won't deny it.
Yeah. All right. All right. Cool, man. Chris, let's go with you last there.
Oh, yay. All right. Well, it's hard for me because I don't collect a whole bunch of figures, right? I collect a
Right.
bunch of pops. So I will have
Right.
my favorite pop in here,
Sure.
which I'll just get out the way, which is obviously Captain Rex. Because you guys know how long I spent looking
Yes.
at Captain
This
Rex.
is your grail.
This
Yes.
is my grail. This is my favorite pop. This is the one I searched and finally found one out of box to get. It didn't pay full price that it would go for, but paid more than I was comfortable paying for anything
Right,
in my
of course.
collection. Right? I don't like paying a
Everybody
bunch. I like
has
paying
one.
$10 and they become $400. You know, that's what I prefer. But Rex is the one. He was my prized possession. So, but they're not articulated, right? So it's hard to kind of go through. And I love looking at them all. Don't get me wrong. I've got 500 Star Wars pops, and I love them all. That's unless you want to talk about like Rose or something like that. They're just lame characters. Basically, if you go through my pops, everybody in the back sucks. Yeah. Everybody in the first 3 rows is great.
You have the completionist collection, and then you have your favorite. Yeah.
Right. You go through all the ones. Like, I'm getting all these. I'm like, okay, I got $6. Do you have one on clearance anywhere? I got one. Nailed it. Okay. Yeah. And that's how I do those. Right. That's the completionist in me. Now, the Black Series, I only do, almost all Imperials, besides Mandalorian, and Boba now is not a bad guy, apparently. Right. So, so Mando is the only one besides Boba that's a good guy in my stuff. Okay. So we're going to go from here. This one, I'm not going to use Thrawn. I would usually use Thrawn in all my stuff. That's too easy for me, right? So we're not going to do that. I like Tarkin's figure. Tarkin's figure is super detailed, man. I mean, that looks like Tarkin, right? Like, I'm into this figure. I don't have to do anything articulated with him. This pose right here is all I need in my life for Grand Moff Tarkin.
Seriously.
So every time he goes right in the front, right next to Vader and Thrawn. Those are the centerpiece of my collection. Vader's kind of a gimme too. I can't use Vader in it. He's just too much of a gimme for me.
Right.
All right. Another one I'm going to use here is this one's kind of a tie for second. Okay, is Hondo Monaka. Okay, the great figure. You don't get a whole lot of Hondo anything. At least I guess we have a pop and a Black Series and everything, but we haven't seen him in live action. We should see him in live action. I just love how I love the posing on him because I like to pose him like this, like he's being sneaky. How I have him on my thing is I have Mando with the child with him with the Grogu, and Hondo next to him talking like, hey, everything's okay, and he's gonna blast him in a second.
That's awesome.
That's how I like to think of Hondo.
You have a story behind it. It's so cool.
A story behind my posing. There's a reason they all pose like they do, right? I try to put them in a position that they would be in a show.
Yeah.
The other one on there, same thing, is I don't have to repose this one either. This is the only figure in my collection that for some reason doesn't need a stand. Dooku just stands on his own, strong.
He's very well balanced.
Proud. He is very well balanced, and just a smug figure, right? Like when you see this figure, I'm like, damn, it's kind of like Tarkin. It's like he looks just like him, and you get this smug, I'm better than you Imperial feel, and it's really cool. And that's why he goes in that front row too. Got to see Dooku, and Dooku over the years has grown more and more on me as a character through the books and through canon, and that's really why I love that figure. Now this one, for the misogynist of the group, I tend to like, Ahsoka's my favorite Jedi, this and that. My favorite figure in my Black Series is Asajj.
Oh, dude.
I love this Asajj figure, dude.
Yes.
Between her clothing and everything being the cloth, her poses, I can do whatever I want with everything. Have her right in the front row next to Dooku like she's going to slice him from behind. That's the perfect figure for me. I dig this.
I want to do that pose where she's going like this with the sabers and Dooku's behind her. And she has that. That's a great.
Oh, maybe I'll do that one too. All right.
But you're right. Just the cloth skirt on her, the velvet look to it and all that. It's fantastic.
It really is. It's a great. Again, it's not a live action character, so you don't have to look at the detail here. Kind of like when you do helmets, right? It's cool. No matter what it is, it can look cool. I mean, obviously the real live action people are a lot harder to pull off, but this is great. This turns her into live action for me in this figure. Okay. Yeah. Now, something we haven't talked about, and I think just for my honorable mention, and I will use a Vader as my honorable mention just because this line I think was cool, is the Disney toy box stuff. Right? Yes. Did you guys? They're stylized figures. They look more animated than anything. But I just love how. I love this Vader, and if his articulation is not great, obviously, because it's all hard molded stuff, right? Yeah. It's flexible but not posable. Right. The Boba is incredibly posable and great articulation on that. But I'm using the Vader as the example. I like this little line was a neat addition to a stylized for kids or even for us.
I don't mind it at all. Like
I've got Captain Rex and Ahsoka right over there. So
that's a rad little line. I just like the detail on that one. So that's where I'll land on that.
Yeah, that's awesome. In fact, I need to get that figure too because again, it's Vader's insta buy, and like you said, the stylized, or even if it's like Joey has the samurai ones, like I would buy the Vader one of all those, just different things, and just because it's Vader and it's cool. What's really cool about toy collecting in general. Like yes, we're all Star Wars fans, and everybody here watching is Star Wars fans too. I hope, but we all are diverse in our interests outside of Star Wars, right? Like that. The everything else, the Star Wars, and there's everything else, right? I would have a lot more probably horror stuff because I've got a whole shelf of horror, you know. So, but I had to pick my definitive line of that, you know. And I love the diversity of toy collectors in general that do that, like Joey's Iron Giant. It's just so cool. But of course,
there's a whole side hustle in Godzilla completely.
Yeah, like a complete thing. And of course, there's the yin and their yang, right? So let's go with, we're going to start talking about our least favorite. And this could be from a horrible figure in general, or I don't like this figure. I hate this figure, but I need it because I'm like I said, completionist, but I have to have Rose. I have to have Holdo, you know, or whatever, but
Holdo's figure I actually like. I don't mind Holdo's figure. Just
I still haven't taken her home. It's still at the floor of my office.
Since The Last Jedi went on clearance.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna lump these two together, okay? Just because they came out and they're equally as horrible, and they are the Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan first edition of the Black Series. These are probably the worst figures I've ever seen in my life. Their face sculpts are absolutely horrid. They're horrible. I was embarrassed to even buy them. Honestly, I'm not really trying to be ironic here. I really was like, that Obi-Wan is.
Yeah, that Obi-Wan is terrible.
Yeah, really, really bad. The Qui-Gon's black eyes that just stare right through you looks nothing like Liam Neeson. Thank you that they did these in archive and reissued them, because these are going on eBay, or if anybody wants like a completionist like first edition, they can have these figures. I'm embarrassed for Hasbro for them putting this out. Did I say that I'm embarrassed that these exist? All right. Speaking of the G.I. Joe, as soon as I can find him, this Roadblock, the first one that they came out with, is probably the worst. It's an insult to Roadblock.
Yeah.
I don't like his futuristic gun. I know that what they were doing with the classified editions, that they were trying to do something that matches the game and a whole new stuff. But I put him with the rest of the line. Like Scott said, that whole line is just brilliant, right? I put this figure with it, and it's so out of place that I think I'm not going to put them back in that shelf. You know what I mean? They reissued Roadblock as the military proper Roadblock, and that is up for the figure.
Oops.
There it goes. The all too familiar sounds of toy collectors.
Yep.
He knocked him over with Tashi stands. Whoa, no. He's
with
going
enough force. With enough force, they will.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, so like this one to me is a no-brainer for me as my least favorite figure in my G.I. Joe line.
Yeah.
Don't like it at all. At all.
I actually threw that one out. I gave it to the neighbor kid.
Yeah. Oh. If I wasn't a completionist, I would probably get rid of two. SH Figure Arts has a reputation of being like amazing and awesome and just amazing, right? So I got this Boba Fett.
Oh yeah.
SH Figure Arts. It is probably like I said, I was so disappointed. I got Jango Fett also, right? And Jango Fett to me, I like. You can pose him such great, detail.
That's
the
so
only
weird, dude. Because I have Jango Fett. I actually love the one that you have, the Boba Fett. I have that one and I love it. But the Jango Fett is still laying on the floor because it keeps falling off my shelf.
Yeah, he does not. He does not stand, and SH figures don't have footholds. But the reason I don't like him, the coloring is way off. It's like real deep gray. His legs, I mean, it's almost like he's wearing spandex all through his chest. The chest armor doesn't pop. It's like molded on, form to him. It's like it's a very, very poor version for SH Figure Arts. I always kind of like, as for an $80 figure, I figure, and Boba Fett would be a little bit more attention to detail, a little more sculpted better, because other SH Figure Arts knock it out of the park to almost where they're little people, This one is a major disappointment to me. I know it's give or take with some people, but this one is like my least favorite. I don't even display him. He goes into a drawer. So those are my three, or those are my group of least favorite figures that I have in my collection.
Wow.
So
is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Yay. Okay, let's talk about G.I. Joe Classified. Firefly. This is a terrible figure. The design, I mean, overall, he doesn't want to hold on to the stand either. But
man, what an endorsement!
I see. I see what they were trying to do with him by making him, the IED specialist, giving him the flak jacket and all that.
Yeah.
But if you are at all familiar with the vintage Firefly, he is probably my top 5 G.I. Joe characters of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And all he's got, he's got the gray camouflage, he's got a couple of bandolier straps and a backpack.
Yeah. He's not that tied
That's what
down.
makes him cool. Right? He's kind of minimal, just he can get around, he's agile. That's not going to make him agile.
And threatening as hell. This guy just looks, I don't know, there's something about this figure, and I think they're redoing him, thankfully.
I hope so, because that is the Cobra Island figure, like that subclass. And
the Target exclusives.
Yeah, which is the second least favorite Roadblock that I have is from that.
Yeah. And then my number 2 figure is also an SH Figure Arts figure. Jedi Luke.
Oh,
this is a
pretty brutal,
terrible figure. Number 1, his hair is shiny metallic gold. Yeah, so it looks dumb. I mean, it just looks like somebody spray painted his hair with like metallic gold.
Yeah,
his face sculpt, it's really hard to tell, but it is way off. You'll have to check it out next time you're over. But yeah, he's super skinny too, to the point where it's like no human being could possibly be that thin.
Right.
Does yours have that long neck?
He's got, he does. He has a super long. Oop, just pulled his head off. He's got this super long neck. It's just dumb, man.
Awkward. Yeah.
The best part about him is the cloak that he came with that I put on somebody else. So yeah.
Again, for like $80. Yeah, on the Jar Jar. Like for $80, you would figure like this is gonna be my definitive Luke or Boba Fett, and it's just like they miss sometimes.
I understand why he wasn't $80. He was on sale whenever I bought him, and it was not worth it.
I basically only got him because he came with Darth Vader without the helmet, his head.
That is right. It did.
That was the only reason why I even bought that.
Yeah, but you've seen it. It's a terrible figure. Another one is the latest Book of Boba Fett figure, the quote unquote deluxe figure. Yeah. From just going from the SH Figure Arts version, which is super articulated, really good, cloth parts to it, to this thing with its terrible paint apps on his face, and the molded plastic just doesn't work for this figure. The 3 3/4 inch version is a lot better. And then just for fun, my all-time least favorite figure, it's still carded because it does still have some nostalgia for me, is my Anthony Kiedis Princess Leia figure. If you were at all familiar with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Anthony Kiedis, the lead singer, they took his face and used it for Princess Leia, apparently, because it looks like Anthony Kiedis with boobs.
It's like when those came out, they were the greatest thing at that time, but the worst thing at that time too, right?
We all knew they were horrible. We all knew, right? But we thought they were kind of on purpose. But the buffness of them, like she's yoked right there.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
she is. But you know what? At the same time, too,
that's a good one for at least favorite.
Yeah, the first time we had seen like face sculpts on Luke and Han that kind of resembled the characters.
Yeah, they were better than the originals. You're right.
100%. Yeah, but the pecs and the 6-packs on it was fantastic.
Luke, the fact that his shirt was open, right? It was
the plunging V-neck down to his navel.
It's my broad shoulders.
And Lando's 8-pack, really.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was fantastic. Like even Vader was yoked, dude. It was
Chewie. Chewie had you could see his delt.
What were they thinking?
At that time, it was the time of Spawn. It was the time of those the DC Universe figures that were super yoked, and yeah, man, it was Kenner getting back into the game, but without him, we wouldn't be where we are now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very true.
Oh, those are still so that line is still probably honestly my favorite line. Yeah. Because that was we were at the right points in our lives where we could do it ourselves. We didn't need parents to go shopping for us. Right. It was new to us. It was still, and that was that point in life where you're like, am I still a collector? Am I still a Star Wars? What you know what I mean? Because we had that little lull for a while, and boom, it went right back in, and it was just, it lit the fire back up. It's probably still my favorite line for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have every one of the orange carded figures on card with some of the variants in my toy room. So, yeah, man. Half circle Boba Fett.
I'm just gonna say the same damn thing. That damn half circle Boba Fett.
Got it all.
Dude. Oh my god. Yeah, what a great trip on that. We'll have to revisit that one day. Just the
That was a great trip.
the Power of the Force 2 figures and go with that. So awesome. Hey Joey, what's your favorite, your least favorite?
My least favorites. All right. I'm gonna start off with this doozy.
Yeah,
Evil
Dark
Ray.
Ray. You that's the only pose you could do
And
with that figure.
This is it. This figure had so much potential and promise,
Yeah.
but because of Dark Ray,
Yeah.
but you can't do nothing with it because
Just like in the movie.
plastic skirts.
A lot of promise.
This is all you're doing.
Yeah, because she floats. Her skirt is a hard plastic, and it sits on the counter, and her feet don't even touch the freaking. Yeah, it's so bad.
They would at
Where's the
least make
quality
it softer.
control? Where's the dude that sits there and goes, "This doesn't work"? I mean, don't
You want
buy
to
it.
hear something? You want to hear
as much
something
as I
funny about
love-
that though? You want to hear
I
something
love
funny
this
about
character.
that?
What's that?
Mando Mike, he sold both variants of the Dark Ray together at an eBay auction. It went up to $320 for both variants together.
What?
Yeah.
Well, they're not opening her either, right? So they're gonna just
No, it's the two variants. He sold them for $320. I put mine up there, and I'm not even getting a bite at $30. So I think he got the one sucker that
timing.
That one dude.
It's
timing. It was a month ago.
What the hell?
Yeah.
You got somebody that was trying to buy somebody something or complete a collection or do something silly, and that's what
something.
Yeah.
The keywords matched better, or something.
Something.
The description was better.
I
Well,
took
you know
his
what?
description and copied it.
You get somebody looking for somebody for a present is what happens.
Yeah, that's true too.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they get caught up and they don't know what they're looking for. If you get a non-collector looking for a collector to buy something, and you're like, oh, and somebody says, oh, I need a Dark Ray. Oh,
Right.
okay, I'll find it. Oh, there's two variants. I'm going to get it. Oh, this must be why he wants it because it's $300.
The guy's
right?
like, "Thank you."
Let me give you a small example. Jess
The
thought
bidding went up to $320.
Jess thought she was getting me a life-size Darth Vader replica helmet speaker type thing. She spent a shit ton of money, right? This is what came in,
Wow.
right? I saw how much she paid. It should have been a life-size Vader replica. This is a Rogue One Bluetooth speaker. It's probably like clearance for $15, right? They catch people that don't collect looking for people that do collect, and that's what sucks.
Gotcha.
People know that's not worth a bunch. It's not worth a bunch. It's a
Yeah.
you know?
The
But
person
it's
they bought
sweet
it
'cause
for.
I take it because it was the thought about it,
Absolutely.
Totally cool.
Absolutely.
But that's just to that figure's point. Somebody probably got caught doing that,
Well,
Yep. Take
Don't know what you
advantage.
don't know.
Yep.
continue,
Sorry to hijack
Joey.
Sorry,
that
Joe.
discussion.
And
No,
I
it's
love this
good.
figure, and it hurts me to do this. This one,
Oh, the Chewy. You don't like the Chewy?
because you can't. I mean, I love it when it's just on the shelf, but as far as posing him, you can't do anything hardly with him.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
pretty
You
static.
can't really.
Even with the Black Series,
You
you
can't
can't
do
do
nothing.
nothing.
With it, nothing.
Yeah.
He can't look up. He can't look down. This is it right here. That's it.
It's
And
a
this
statue.
one,
Which
I'm
version
even
is that?
scared to-
Which
Isn't that the
version is
solo
that?
What's that?
one?
This is the
Which
first.
version is
This is the
Okay.
first. The
Black
first
Series?
one. Yeah, Black Series.
Okay.
He looks good, but he's like Marco says, a statue.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got
That's what
one
I'm
at
scared to
Disneyland
move.
now. They've got one at Disneyland now that looks like he's really well articulated.
Yeah.
It's one of the direct to the
The
Diamond,
Select, right? Yeah.
Diamond Select.
Mhm.
You might want to check that out.
Yeah, we were looking at it and we're like, maybe this might be like a definitive Chewy, because it's bigger than all the other ones, so he'll tower like in real, like on screen. The paint apps are really good on it, but I want one to play, want one to open and stuff. So
Yeah.
maybe next trip.
So this one is a Mayfix C3PO.
Very shiny.
So
The chrome looks
he's
good.
more chrome,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
more shiny,
Yeah.
but the minute you move him, he just crumbles. That's why this is it right here.
Is he like supposed to? Is he like the Empire Strikes Back, blow me up version? And you just can't...
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Because remember
This is
when we
actually
put
the
that apart when
Matrix.
we were kids, it was done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, actually, this one,
Yeah.
Cheney bought this one for me because he broke my other one on accident, and
son
that
of
one
a-
was just all messed up. I mean, that one could literally be a what you're talking about, Chewy with
The removable
Chewy
limbs
the
one?
Black
Yeah,
Panther
yeah.
First Back. That one could literally be that.
Wow.
So, but yeah, I mean, I love the way he looks when he's on the shelf. But
Yeah.
as far as posing him, or if he falls off the shelf, that's it. He's done.
It always sucks when you have a great looking figure and you think about gluing all his limbs together so he can stand up. You know what I mean? And then having a statue, and then it defeats all the purpose of an action figure, right? So
Yeah.
I have a
One
few of
more.
those. Yeah. Yeah.
I got one more. This guy, he's from Creep Show.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
And the
know
reason
that
why
he
I have
will
him in
not
this
stand.
coffin,
Yeah.
I have him in this coffin because he cannot stand.
Got like
or
toothpicks for
nothing.
feet.
I mean, not even Marco's stands could do
No.
anything. And
The ankle joints are probably like paper clips.
I
You
was
have to
so
make one of the
excited.
things that holds on to him and
Yeah.
stands him. You know.
Yeah, I was so excited to get this guy because I'm a huge Creep Show fan,
Damn right.
and I remember
Yeah.
even
Great
freaking out
movie.
and telling Marco about it.
You seen it?
And
All right.
but he will not stand for nothing. So I was
Yeah.
like, you know what?
Look at
Into
those
the coffin
ankles.
with you.
Yeah,
Oh, crap.
it's like they don't think about these things. They really don't sometimes.
What's the
you know?
opposite of cankle?
Yeah, and you would think as big
I
as
don't
his
know.
feet are that he would stand. He would be solid, but
A skankle.
No,
a
put
Put it
skinny
up a
ankle.
little bit, Joey, so we can make fun of its ankles. We couldn't see it.
Look at those skankles.
Look at that skankles. That's
Wow.
it, skankles. Yep.
skinny
He's not
ankles. Yeah,
standing.
it's bad. It's bad. Bad.
So
I hate it
those
when
are
those
my next figures.
really cool figures, and then you have to lean them against the wall or put them in a coffin. That's great.
Like Jango Fett, that stupid guy.
Yeah.
That's the same in
Awesome.
Black Series. The Jango Fett, I
Yeah.
have to have him in that episode. Well, he's only in episode 2, right? The pose where he's all spread out with his legs and guns like this. You have to do that. And
Yeah,
you have
that's
to
why
lean him
the
against, and you
SH
have to lean him against the back wall, even with the stand. You got to put
Yeah.
him back there because he's gonna tip at some point.
That's why I like my SH Django, because you can get him in those poses, and that's the reason I like it. Yeah. Cool, man.
all my
Chris,
Bobas stand like this, and all my Jangos
They
stand like
do.
that. You know,
Yeah.
it's just how it works. All right, so we're gonna talk about my Black Series bit, then I'll go into my little bit about the Funko. Okay. The worst Black Series figure, and I don't buy Black Series figures if I don't like them usually, but I had to have this one because it was like during my sequel stuff, and I had to have the main sequel bad guys, which is Snoke, which isn't a horrible figure, but just kind of after Last Jedi, it was kind of useless, right?
Right.
You got Kylo Ren, which is a badass one, but then you got to have Hux if you're gonna have that, right? This Hux figure is hot shit.
Yeah.
Like it stinks from here. I can smell it. I don't even know. Somebody drew this face. It wasn't
Yeah,
even like a
it's-
face sculpt. They didn't take a picture of it. Nothing. They just said, "Let me just draw a
No.
picture of a guy with red hair." You couldn't put any Weasley on here, and it would have been better for my Harry Potter pick, right? I mean,
And he is a Weasley.
I know, but it's ridiculous how bad this figure
This
is.
bastard right here. That's not
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor.
And that's probably more offensive because he's, an actual character that everybody loves and everything. But I like my
Yeah.
bad guys, even
Yeah.
Hux is whiny ass, right? And that's just not a cool figure. All right. Now, besides Rose and all those kind of figures, I just don't like the characters as much. I don't hate them. I don't like them, and they do go in the
Figures
back
aren't
row.
bad. Yeah. Right.
All right. So in the Funko world, if you have to lean them on the back, it's kind of rare because they're just little statues, right? Like,
Yeah,
How can you
yeah.
screw that up? Any Twi'lek sucks. Any Twi'lek, their Lekus are too heavy, right?
Really?
I gotcha.
So Isla Sakura sucks. She'll tip. She goes in the
Aw.
back. Hera, she sucks. She'll tip. She'll go in the back. The worst pop in the history of pops is Ula.
yep.
Ula hardly stays on the stand. She's
And
so
I got her. Yep.
here. Watch.
Yeah.
Oh, dang,
The,
man.
the-
There's
the
nothing you
stand's
can
over
do.
there and Ula's back here. Garbage pop. Who did that? Just like you said, where's the quality assurance here, right?
Yeah.
So
I think it's good to go. You just have to back away slowly and don't walk around it, and it's good to go.
She stands behind the Rancor. I can't even have the Rancor go after her. She has to stand behind
She's
the
hiding
Rancor.
behind him.
Yeah, Luke's in there looking straight at the Rancor, and Ula's behind him. Like,
Yeah.
just got
It's
step
almost like you have to counterweight it or something.
I've tried and tried and tried.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the problem with Pops. Well, Twi'lek. So stop making Twi'leks. Bib Fortuna's all right because he's a guy. Sorry, but his thing wrapped around the front, so his balance was right, right?
It's counter.
Right.
Yeah.
All the ladies just whoosh, lopsided.
And they
chicks.
don't want. Yeah.
That sucks.
So
Yeah.
those are some bad ones. Really, Pops. It's hard to mess them up. It is. The crappy thing about a Pop when you get it is if the spring is all screwed up inside and you get a lopsided head over here. Like my pilot Luke, his head is over this side. My X-wing.
I did that once. I think it was because I only have like 3 pops, and one was R2 and 3PO, and I think the 3PO's head was tweaked,
Yeah.
And I tried to put them back, and the whole thing just popped off, and I had to put the spring back on, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
I can normally fix them, straighten them out, put them in whatever I want to, but it's so tilted to the side. I'm like, this is garbage. And now I've got his head. I've spun it so much, his head is on his shoulders. So he's like that.
And how much is that one to replace?
Oh, nothing. He's not a big deal. I just don't bother. I don't want to replace ones when I'm still looking for other ones. You know, it's like if I'm going to spend $12, I'm going to buy one of the random commons I didn't grab yet. That's all.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, guys, that was awesome. We did our top 3 favorite figures in our collection, top 3 least favorite figures in our collection, and they all have backstories to it, which is great. You know, I love that. Like, it's not just oh, it sucks. It's why it could like everything falls off the shelf all the time. I mean, it's so many different things, and of course the favorite ones all have a really good story to them. You know, like nostalgia or like just an amazing figure to look at. Right. So everybody who's listening, I want to hear your top 3 favorite and top 3 least favorite in the comment section below too, because we want to make this interactive. You know, we read everything. We'll interact with you guys. We want to do this again and maybe bring some people on and see their collections and just kind of, you know, go at the. I'm always curious to ask when I go see somebody's toy room or something like that. Like, all right, so again, burning fire question: what are you grabbing? What 2 figures are you grabbing? And there's always a story behind it. That's why I ask it. Which is
I'm just
really cool.
I'm gonna throw my Razor Crest through the window
and
then break the window out and then just grab as much as I can and throw it out.
Well, can you open the hatch? You just pile figures in the Razor Crest and then just take that.
If you leave the Razor Crest there, it'll be screen accurate.
Oh, very true.
How dare you?
Well, let's get out of here, guys. Everybody, thank you for listening. But before, you know, we always want you to do something with the like button. And this time we need you all to Wampa stomp that like button. Wampa stomp it. Like.
Growl.
Growl.
Grr.
See, I don't have a Hulk, but I got plenty of Wampas.
Yes. Again, Wampa stomp that like button, everybody. So, yes. All right. Oh, we have fun here.
That was fun.
Oh, gee. I'm going to need a nap after that.
All that excitement.
We used to do the Hulk smash, but it just doesn't fit. The Hulk smash doesn't fit.
It doesn't. We
I'm gonna do this.
Oh no, we make way too much fun of Marvel to use Hulk all the time.
Exactly. We can't have that inter scene with our show. We have our own thing.
Especially with She-Hulk coming out this week. I don't want to be any part of it.
Exactly.
Watch a couple episodes.
Yeah, I want to watch a couple episodes before I judge it.
Yeah, before we start Hulk smashing again. I know.
Cool. Well, again, everybody, thank you for joining me tonight, and everybody, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Check us out on all our socials, our Facebook group, our chat, because the conversation continues over there. Was it Starlight Digest Central? Yes. Yep. Of course, we're on Instagram, Twitter, and all the great socials. We're on there. Trust us. Comment, interact, and we'll interact back. But we're waiting for that interaction back. That's the key, right?
I only get interaction on OnlyFans. I need more. Come on.
Don't forget, we have merchandise down below. We've got a link for merchandise. Amazing Sarlacc Digest stuff.
Oh, I got my tank in this week and my pint glass.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where's my pint glass? You can get great things like the Sarlacc Digest pint glass with the Drink It Nerdy slogan on the back.
That's right. And they're dishwasher safe.
Oh, I'm hand washing it, dude. I don't trust it. I don't want to lose the logo. Every time I see dishwasher safe, I lose a Chewbacca or something off the front. You know, I'm like, nice. They weren't.
And of course, you guys all seen the figures with the stands on there, and go to Tashi Station Emporium to get your action figure stands that all fell off for some reason today.
Not one. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Hux won't stand for shit. Hux hasn't fallen once since I had this stand.
Yeah.
You know,
nice.
Asajj. You can imagine how hard it is with Asajj's little feet to stand up with all this stuff going on. Asajj,
dude, I have all these figures right here, all the DC ones, all the bow-leggeds and the soft plastic, because McFarlane, he might do a lot of figures, but they're not that quality, and they're all, and they don't fall at all. So, so everybody get.
Did I mention this figure? How awesome it is?
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Sure.
Of course you had. Anything else, guys, before they like and subscribe and go check out our podcast when we break down everything Star Wars?
Patreon.com/Sarlacc Digest Podcast. Consider donating $1 or $2 and
or 5 or 10.
Or 5 or 10, and you'll get a shout out with every episode. We have Patreon exclusive content. Every dollar goes back into the production of this show. We're going to be hiring a script writer soon because we don't know what the hell we're talking about half the time. It's amazing. So, yeah. Patreon.com/Sarlacc Digest Podcast.
Cool. With that, I think we're done. Unless anybody else has something to add.
Not a damn thing.
Okay. Scott?
Keep it nerdy, everybody. Oh.